Okay, so now back on to the next part of our religious history. And the next church would be when I was in high school and still very close friends with Mike, um, my cousin, and still doing everything, and Mike and Gary, but riding bikes mostly with Mike, but doing things with Gary when we were over at his house. But I did get I remember that I can't remember if it was just me and Mike or Mike and Gary, but I do remember that another church Penny started going to, and this was with her friends. She was probably either a junior or a senior, and I was a freshman. And she got to be friends with these people that were going to the First Church of the Nazerine. And this was a church that was on the other side of town. So I remember we would take the bus to go there. And I remember taking the bus. And I remember that on the way with the bus, there would be these, this was one street that had this tree, and it had these skeletons of skulls of squirrels on the tree trunk, and I don't know why I remembered that and why I'm bringing it up. It's just that I remember. It's about the only thing I remember about the bus ride. I'm not sure, my cousins, I know they went to the Church of the Nazarene with us, but I can't remember if we rode our bikes there sometimes or if, because I don't remember them riding on the bus. But well, no, actually I do. As I think about it, I do kind of remember them riding on the bus, so maybe they did. And but we went there. I don't remember too much about it, except there was something uh, that the minister did, how he treated some of the teens there that Penny, my sister, didn't like. I wish she was here. She could remember what it was. I don't. But I think it would eventually lead her not to go there, or I don't know. I don't know, or maybe she just grew away from it. The only thing I remember about it is that me and my cousins, we went on their softball team, and they invited us to play softball with them, but we never, and it might have been our fault too, we weren't very, at least I speak for myself, I wasn't that social at that time. I kept to myself a lot. I think I mentioned that earlier. I rather played baseball by myself a lot of times than play with Johnny Whitaker when I was younger, when I was primary school age. But so I don't know. I wasn't real great at making friends. I kind of kept to myself a lot. And but I did try to want to socialize and belong to, but we just didn't. Kind of with the softball team, we were kind of didn't really make friends with anyone. Kind of had a hard time getting. Really. I felt like we were really not paid that much attention to or ignored. But again, we may have not. That may have been me not being very sociable either. But either way, we never really blended in, and I never really made a connection there, and would slowly drift away from that church. Didn't go there, all that many times. One thing I do remember about it is that one time there was a contest that whoever brought the most kids to church would win a bike among the kids. And Penny won. My older sister Penny, won that contest. She gathered up all these kids in the neighborhood and got them. I don't know how she did it, but we helped her, and I don't know how we talked them into going, but we did. I think they liked Penny enough that they wanted to do it to help her win that bike. And she won it, but ironically, the church got mad at her because the week after all the kids came and she won the bike, nobody came after that. So I guess they were kind of upset because they felt and maybe have been probably true, the only reason the kids went was to win the bike. And so anyway, I just remember that in passing. And so I guess we'll end it right there and go on to